All right, welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. This one is it's a good one. It has me, Pat, and Lolo in it. So the first three-way podcast we've done. I get it, no jokes, not trying to be funny here or anything like that. But yeah, it's just the first three-way we've done on the podcast. And yeah, it's really good. Pat knows Lolo well. I know Lolo well. We're all good friends. Pat's living with me right now, so he decided to hop on the podcast. And we kind of just caught up, talked about old times on the ski team together, competing. We talked about Lolo's new position working at Redbull as a student, and a bunch of other things like his Olympic trampolining career back in the day and all other good stuff. And yeah, it was great. It was good to catch up with the lads, and overall great podcast. I think probably one of the longest ones we've had to date, so enjoy this one. Anyways, this podcast is brought to you by Four Sigmatic Mushrooms. If you guys want a discount on probably the best mushroom coffee in the game, use discount code THEKID, all caps, at checkout at Four Sigmatic, and get yourself 25 to 20% discount off. Pretty sure it's one of those two. So yeah, enjoy this podcast. It's a good one, and yeah, all the best. Welcome, creatures of all shapes and sizes, to Banged Up with Bruce Oldham, aka The Kid. This is an action sports podcast, the likes of which the world may never have seen before and may never see again. I hope you guys enjoy. No relaxed advisor in the back. All right, well, let me just check we got this everything recording properly. I think we're good, man. Anyways, fuck yeah. Well, have you been listening to the podcast at all?
I tuned into a couple.
Oh, nice.
Some of the homies, some snowboarders, just kind of people I wouldn't really expect, but I'm about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of just grabbing whoever I can.
He finds random people on social media and asks them to be on his podcast.
Well, you're not random, Lolo.
No, Lolo's he's reached out to
There's
the
people within like the industry, within the sports.
Not random.
Well, that's kind of the plan, but
I like the branching out to snowboarding. Though. That's cool. I respect that.
And we had Matty Balt. If you get more skateboarders,
I got a couple of skateboarders and other people I want on, but it's kind of hard because I don't know enough people that would be interesting to talk about. Well,
fair enough.
So I've had a couple people on the podcast that I didn't know at all, like coming into it, which is kind of awkward, but
Cole Richardson.
Yeah.
It's super awkward, man. I've never talked to them before in my life, and then all of a sudden they're on a FaceTime call with me, and I'm like, shit, well, I have no fucking clue what to do, but what's up, man?
I mean, I guess it's a learning experience, right?
That's what I figured. Maybe I'll be a sports broadcaster one day.
There you go.
One day over the rainbow.
So shit. All right, well, let's get into this podcast. This is kind of the first podcast where we've had more than me and somebody else, me and a guest. We got Patty here. You might have heard from one of the other podcasts. He's sitting in the back. He's got a glass of wine. He's joining in. We got Lolo here. Lolo's a good friend of me and Pat's. So this is going to be a good one. We're just going to catch up, talk about some shit, and have some fun. Good to have you on, Lolo.
Yeah, man, let's get it. I'm stoked. Haven't spoken to the boys in a while, so...
Everyone's been isolated with this whole COVID thing still. It's been so long, but it feels like it's over, but it's not.
Yeah, I know. Patios just aren't the same.
No, they're not at all. You got the tramp all dialed in now, or what?
I do, man. I've been firing away. I jibbed the branches a couple times, so I think I'm gonna have to take those down. But,
a little bit.
Yeah. If you do it on purpose, it's fine. If you do it by accident, it's actually kind of terrifying.
Within a double, and you just clip some leaves.
Yeah, you just like tickle it with your toes, and you're like, oh no, didn't want to do that.
What do you think of the tramp? Is it a little loose? Is it a little tight? What do you think?
I'm happy I didn't put the spring extenders on.
Yeah?
Yeah, I kept her stock, and I've actually bottomed out once.
Oh shit! Yeah, I had a tapered hole dug when I had it with the spring extenders.
So I pretty much dug like an extra foot under like the middle rectangle.
Yeah.
But I guess I did like a backdrop towards like the end of the tramp, and I kind of hit the bottom. So
shit,
that's great.
Yeah, I had boards going across the ends, and then it was like straight down from there. I don't think I really bottomed it out.
Oh, snap.
But hey, if you're bottoming it out, that means you can go higher.
It's true. It's true.
Just for some context here, Lolo bought Pat's old trampoline.
Yes, we went and got it on a little adventure
recently.
2 months ago.
You've been adding things to the list, eh? Picking up cars, picking up trampolines, just as you go.
Man, the trampoline, honestly, has been probably the most clutch purchase throughout this whole pandemic world situation. Like,
there's nothing better than having a backyard tramp, even without a pandemic.
Yeah,
but
you wake up in the morning, coffee, trampoline.
Dude,
And just like lately, 35 degrees. I'm not too keen to go out for a bounce, but
no, that's a little hot.
We do a double backflip a day. That's about it.
That's been our new thing. One double backflip, no mat, nothing a day.
Yeah.
You know we call it.
You just hop on, do a couple bounces.
You're
Yeah.
only allowed 3
I
bounces.
do. He has to warm up.
3 bounces to dub back, and then you dip.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Just keep it loose.
Respect.
I don't do too many tricks anymore, but yeah, having the tramp in the backyard. When I first got here, I was like, yo, I forgot how sick it is to have a tramp in the backyard.
Dude, I did a right cork the other day. Super wet.
I did a right dub 10 to feet without a mat.
I need to get a throw mat. There's some tricks I want to do, but I'm like kind of scared. So.
That's the problem. We have a throw mat, so Bruce is doing triples. I'm doing triples.
You were getting a little too loose with the throw mat, and then Pat makes claims that he can mat me wherever I go, so I just randomly launch, and then I miss the tramp, like the one Instagram video I posted, and he's like, oh, I got you no matter what, and then obviously I went where Pat couldn't get me. It was getting tossed.
Oh god.
He tries to triple 14 and lands with his legs on the bar.
Yeah, we've been
Dude,
getting...
triple 14 on a regular tramp, I feel would be like a big pull.
Well, he
Yeah,
landed
it
one.
was.
He
I landed
landed
one
one
first.
before it.
Yeah, that's huge. I've only ever done them on super tramps.
Yeah,
so.
same. Super's the only time I ever landed a triple. Well, other than that tramp, I landed a triple flat on the tramp you have with a throw mat. So that's the only one other than that. Super
No, but we've definitely been putting some time in it. It's fun just to chill. Like the other day, just like have a couple. We built the deck around it, so we just have a couple cashies every once in a while and just go tramp and just hang out. We
Yeah.
play a game of like tramp, I guess, every once in a while, and sometimes it gets heated because Pat doesn't like to lose.
I haven't lost yet.
He hasn't lost yet. I'm very pissed off. The retired guy is still beating me.
Doing, man.
Bruce doesn't have the bed trick, so I'll do like 1.5, 3/4 into like a brandy back to whatever else out, and he just doesn't have the bed tricks.
Oh,
The
I
bed-
see, I see.
The
Or
deck
I'll-
is what got me.
I'll do like a half out, like front flip brandy or a brandy back or
Yeah.
or a misty 180. You know, I'll keep it loose. If I have to, I'll pull out the weird ones.
I mean, what you gotta do is you gotta do to take the cake, right?
Exactly.
You gotta take the cake somehow.
Exactly.
And then we got little code man on the trampoline recently, and we kind of convinced him into doing really gnarly shit, but don't like try to make it sound gnarly. He does a double
Okay.
backflip. We're like, oh, you can easily add another flip. It's not hard at all. So he's whipped two triple backflips around on the tramp, but he lands with his legs behind his back and gets like full scorpion.
Your little brother has done a triple backflip?
He's done
Buddy
this
does
year.
switch dubs and
He's got
both
all
dub
4
tens.
dubs. Yeah, he's got all 4
defeat.
dubs now.
Wow, that's sick. How old is he again?
11?
13.
12? No, he's not 13.
He's 13.
There's no way he's 13. Your mom
Pretty
told
sure
me
he's
he's 12.
I'm not too sure. I think he's 13. Anyways, no, he done like 1 dub back last year, and then within like a month he had all 4 dubs this year. It's pretty crazy. But
Wow, dude, that's impressive.
yeah,
Good on
he's
him.
figuring it out real quick. He's got the dub flats too. All right, well, let's kind of get into the beginning of this. Most of the podcasts I do, we kind of just started off like from the beginning and stuff, and like so your story and stuff. We know your story pretty well. Like we know you well, but the guys that are listening to you don't know you as well. So you used to be a freestyle skier. Still pretty heavy in the industry. Great dude. Absolutely launch your meet every once in a while. And yeah, tell us about how you got into skiing and all that stuff in general. You're from Quebec originally.
Yep.
Still there.
From Elmer, Quebec. Dude, my parents put me on skis when I was 2. So I've been skiing for like 21 years now, I guess, which is pretty wild to think
Yeah, so
of.
you've been doing it for a while.
I'm only on year 8.
Yeah, which is crazy. And yeah, we used to go up to good old Camp Fortune every weekend. The whole family, me and my 2 sisters, we all take lessons, and then my parents would go do their own thing.
That's the closest to LA?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes from my house.
It's like the Louis of Ottawa, kind of.
It's like the worst Louis of Ottawa.
But there's no other freestyle skiing really.
No,
around.
dude, it's not the Louis. It's like a horseshoe. It's like not a great place.
Yeah, but there isn't a Louis to add up. So in terms of like freestyle community in Ottawa, that's where you're pretty well going to go with night skiing and park and whatever else.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
They have good rails there.
Not park comparable whatsoever, but
They have good rails, but
They got good rails in the past couple of years.
Yeah,
the
that's
jumps are
Still
trash.
don't know how
though.
to build jumps.
No.
I did a flat 5 there at Provincials, and like, there's a video. My tips caught like when I was like at 450 and chest like fully down.
Was that, were you on Northwest Tech still?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I remember that year. I lost to, damn.
Nick Huder won, I think.
At the timber tour?
Nick, you won provincials.
Yeah, it was at provincials, and I thought I was gonna take the cake, but
I think I was in that.
At Whistler, don't remember his name now, but
yeah, he got your category because you're an age category above me.
he's with Zamblunt all the time.
Kyle Coxford.
Yeah,
dude, that dude was in Ontario, and I remember I was friends with those guys. He was older than everybody, and he just whipped. He's the only one really in this
Did he
category.
still whip? You seen some videos from
good.
Moving West, and I skied with him Moving West. His rails are really good. Yeah, I remember my first comp there. I think I've done 2 like timber tours there, and one of them I had a straight up 360 screaming seaman in, and then the same way 720, and then the other one I did both way corks off like the tiniest jump ever.
Yes.
Little speed bump.
Yeah. That'll happen. That's Camp Fortune for you, folks.
I couldn't even do cork 7s then, so I was trying to do cork 7. I was doing Misty 9s instead of cork 9.
So, Lolo, how did you get into park? Like, did you just go to Camp Fortune? I was like, kind of, because Camp Fortune has some trees and stuff, but like, basically the park's the only interesting thing there. That's why you started it.
They have a lot of glades if they use enough.
Did you do moguls or anything at all, or racing, or nothing like that?
Yeah. So basically, dude, it's the most classic skier story, but like, you're taking lessons as a kid, and all you want to do is like go to the side of the hill where all the bumps are. So like that was me, right? And then and I also I was doing gymnastics at the same time.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
I kind of want to combine these. So my dad was like, "Oh, there's a freestyle program," so I started there. And yeah, it was like bumps and jumps. You do moguls. It was like we all wanted to do park because like it was blowing up then. And when I started in Fortune Freestyle, like, the big boys of Fortune was, like, Max Morello, Mac Jones, like, people that are, like, actually well-known in the ski industry. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, which is super sick.
So they were doing the park thing, and we were learning moguls, but all we wanted to do was hit rails and jumps. So
Steve
eventually
Hamlin?
I was just like, I'm doing slope. Like, screw the bumps.
Was Steve Hamlin around back in those days?
Dude. He was coaching us in a neck brace. That man is unstoppable.
Steve's a weapon.
If nobody knows who Steve Hamlin is, go search him up on YouTube. I promise you it will not disappoint.
He broke his neck on I think he was sessioning a PVC pipe in the park and drove himself to the hospital.
No.
And then came back coaching in a neck brace.
Only way to
that
be
should be possible.
Like, you can't make that stuff up, man.
No, you can't. No, I brought this down for you. You have to share. Anyway, so you mentioned gymnastics and stuff. So you were doing gymnastics at the same time. You did like Olympic I don't know exactly what it's called. Olympic gymnastics trampolining. Like what's it?
Trampolining.
Trampolining. Olympic trampolining.
Olympic trampolining. Yeah, that's what I wrote down. But
I think it's actually like artistic trampoline. But let's go with Olympic.
Very creative. Yeah, we'll go with Olympic. Sounds better. So wait, were you doing gymnastics or just artistic trampolining at that time?
I did gymnastics until grade 5, and then I transitioned until I was like 18 to trampoline.
Because I remember going to camps, like training camps when I first got on the Ontario team, and I was like, I don't know, I thought I was alright at trampolining, but then there's you, obviously, Rylan, and then this dick pirate here who's like, all 3 of you guys are just like, you guys were the kings. Everybody else had like barely anything they could do on trampoline, and then obviously Rylan has one in his backyard, and he did mogul, so he kind of knew what he was doing. Pat just put hours in on his, and you had actual training, so you guys were just like going twice as high, like
what's
dialing it in.
What's whacked about Rylan? He had a 6x12 in his backyard, so like the amount of precision that it takes to do a double defeat on a 6x12 is a little gnarly. So you put him on a super tramp or a 7x14, he's just chilling because he's got.
He's laughing, and his air awareness is crazy.
His air awareness is so good.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I was going to ask you, because you did a lot of that stuff, and basically all that's on axis, like everything in Olympic trampoline is on axis. Did that help you at all, or is that kind of like, do you find that like was kind of a hindrance? Because obviously you had good air awareness from that, but like...
Well, so, yeah.
How does that transition over?
Like, it helps with your air awareness a lot. Like, you learn to spot, you learn to spin, but like, you don't... These sports only require one-way rotation, so all my tricks are going left. I never learned how to spin right until I started skiing.
Yeah, I remember that because you had the left shit on lock, but the right corks were like de-spinny for a while.
I never did right corks on snow. I think I tried 3 in Breck, and they were not good.
Yeah, that can be a huge problem.
if ever you watch me ski and I do a cork 7 on snow, it's gonna look like a back full. They're pretty damn flippy.
Yeah.
So I think in a sense, like, you have to break away from going on axis if you really want to dial in the skiing, but it obviously, like, it helps just knowing where you are, and like if you're in a pickle midway through your trick, you have like a whole other like perspective on how you can get back to
your
a safer landing.
Absolutely. I learned all the off-axis stuff first, and then I kind of I had the backyard tramp, so I did all the doubles to feet, and then I got to a point where I was like, yo, doing doubles to feet all the time is kind of dangerous. So I just started doing progressions, and then I started doing back fulls and like front fives, like front flip, like all the on-axis stuff. And yeah, it made a huge difference. Like, the air awareness just changes so much. You always know where you are, and you always have a bailout plan no matter where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Changes.
Well, no, but what's cool about doing both, though, is that now, like, if you're doing, like, a Barani out, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to make it, you can, like, tweak it into a Misty drop.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, like, that was way safer than just trying to tuck under again. So it's
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It
know
helps, but it also kind of confuses you at the same time.
I can see that. For skiing, I think learning the off-axis stuff was easier for me. Like, I took almost 2 full ramp camps to do a right cork. But
I took a whole summer to learn
right corks are brutally hard.
At the beginning, they're almost impossible.
But once
I'm pretty sure they made me like quit skiing. Man.
Honestly,
I
man,
couldn't do right corks. There was like such a bummer.
So hard. I only do them with lead blunts now. If you ever see me doing a right cork, it'll be a lead blunt. Unless I'm doing a dub. If I ever were to do a right dub, it would be a mute. Or like right dub.
Mute, bro. That's wild. I just tuck and pray. Man.
No,
I like the way you're thinking, Lolo.
But yeah.
Okay, before we leave trampolining, what's the gnarliest trick you've ever done in trampoline, like in Olympic trampolining or otherwise? Like, you've done a couple triples, eh?
I have done a total of 5 different triples.
That's more than enough triples. What's the gnarliest one you've done? Yeah, I've got up to 3 now. I've done Misty, triple back, and triple cork.
He landed a Misty to feet?
Triple Misty? I landed it to like squad tuck and then roll my ankle.
Oh, okay. Well, if
I don't know if that counts. See, I'm using math.
I guess I'm at 8.
He's at 8.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll count 8. What's the gnarliest one?
For trampoline perspective is Triff Rudy Pike. So that's 3 front flips in a pike position, which is like a dub nose grab.
Yeah.
And then in your last flip, you do a 540, so 1.5 spins.
You did triple front flip, and then the last front was a front flip 540.
Yeah.
I can barely do a front flip 540 as is, just as a front flip 540.
So
that's one of my advanced on-axis tricks.
Who thought this was a good idea? That's so gnarly.
My coach, I guess. I mean, because I had like Triff Pike, I had Triff Tuck, I had half Triff Pike, half Triff Tuck. So eventually, like, if you watch Olympic Trampolinists, they're like World Cup.
Yeah.
I think the top dogs do 5 triples in a 10-trick routine.
Holy shit. So what was the highest level of contest or competition you ever got to in Olympic trampolining?
Well, technically I retired as a senior, which is like the highest level you could be.
Yeah.
Well, the highest category, I guess. But like, I was doing like nationals, Canada Cup.
Oh, sick.
We went to Europe once to like get an international ranking.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just outside of Amsterdam. It was super sick.
Nice.
So got to travel through that, and yeah.
Did you ever see anybody get tossed off the tramp and get busted? Because those tramps are above ground.
Yeah, that's
the most scary thing about it.
Let's bring
some... like extended end mats though. So
oh, okay.
Yeah, but what about the side mats? Dude, you always go off the side.
Not on the sides. You can definitely eat yourself off.
Let's just bring some trampolines onto a hardwood gymnasium floor and just rip multiple triples in a row. Like, I can barely do double or to land to another double.
I think... I haven't seen it, but like I know deaf people fall off all the time. But I think the worst I saw was someone like, I think they over-rotated like something that finished in a half out and like landed on their heels and just kind of like tried to absorb. So they did like a somersault on the end mat and then like proceeded to being ejected onto the floor.
That's fucked.
Worst one I ever saw was the good old Ethan Harrison Cork 7 progression at the Lake Placid ramp camp, except he was doing like the Cork 7 like to your back from like 15, like as high as he could go. And he landed on the old Euro tramp and just popped her straight up and onto the hardwood floor.
Oh god, what an idiot.
I remember watching how everyone's doing their progressions like 4 feet and Ethan's like 10 feet and then he just bounces off the trampoline 10 feet and then onto the hardwood floor.
A wild child. Man.
That guy is a weapon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ethan Harrison.
We should get him on the podcast sometime. That'd be awesome.
That'd be dangerous, yeah.
Alright. So from Olympic trampolining and all that other nonsense, you get quite good at skiing and you competed. How long were you in the Ontario team before I got onto the Ontario team? A year or two, at least? Because you were with Matt Bull and
I was the year before you.
Okay, so
I think that was the same year that you were on OPPA the first year I started OPPT. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Okay, so
you and Oscar joined up higher.
yeah, because back then there was a difference between the Ontario teams. There was OPPA and OPPT, which was the lower one. I definitely got shit rammed onto the lower one, and I was there for quite a bit because I could not figure out how to ride cork. But anyways, you did a couple years of that, and then you obviously went around to the COTs and the NORAMs and stuff, and Aspen Open and all that stuff with everybody else and all the boys.
Sir.
And we had a good time competing for sure.
Dude, we had the best time.
The best time. Well, we're gonna
Hands
get in.
down.
We're gonna get actually literally the next question. on the
Beauport
list.
Ram camps every day.
The Lac Beauport Ram camps leave very sore impressions on my body.
Yes.
and people judging the Ontario Park and Pipe team as well.
Dude, it was me and Pat were talking about this at dinner with my grandpa today. We were talking about you at Lac Beauport. Remember when you were hitting the double top down?
the
Russian aerialist turned the top up.
Yeah.
Dude, I was midway up the stairs, and I remember watching you drop in. Everybody's yelling, and the ramp's like halfway up, and I was like, "Yo, what is he gonna do? What's his play?"
What did I do?
You like absorbed and then like hit it, and then a running man into the pool, if I remember correctly.
I think you did a backflip.
Or you might have done a backflip.
I think I did a tail tap backflip.
You might have done that, but I remember there was a lot of.
It definitely wasn't pretty. It definitely wasn't pretty.
It's definitely
Like,
scary.
like, think of it. I'm going down the ramp. Like, I'm not necessarily looking at the jump, but I can hear everyone screaming. And by the time I hit tranny, I go, that doesn't look good. And I just
get
buckled
launched.
pretty
It
much.
takes a minute to clue in that you're like, when people are yelling, like when I had by accident, I was shaking, hear Pat yelling at Christ, and I was like, yo, what's going on? Are we going too quick?
Well, that was my fear. That was like my biggest fear of ramping. And then I was watching you that happen to you. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, man, you just gotta lock your knees and pray you don't hit your head or something.
You just gotta lay it out, just chill for the first bit. You gotta relax and just jump straight up before you pull around.
For people,
Yeah, exactly.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, the ramp has like 2 different levels. One's for big air and one's for aerials. And the top comes up and down to make it like twice as steep. And Lolo's midway in the in run, and somebody hit the button to bring the top up. So the top's like halfway coming up. So it's kind of like a double up on, or a double on like a dirt bike or something. You just get tossed off the top. So wall coming at you as you're coming in.
Man, you hit that thing top up a couple of times. I hit it once. That is terrifying. To hit
I
it,
used to do a couple aerials.
you did like a full double full or something. You did something with a double full.
Lay double full.
Oh yeah, that was.
Late double. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I did a dub backflip off the single top up with Rylan, and then he did like a lay tuck or something, and I just tried to hit it the double with the top up, and it was probably the worst looking thing in the world. But I was so scared.
It's scary, man. That thing's a wall. You gotta come in with your legs.
Lord, I was so afraid of hitting my head, like so afraid.
Yeah. Or your hands or whatever, man. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you guys remember when they had that rock climbing wall the first year?
Yeah,
I was
they had
there.
a bunch
That was
here.
sick.
Yeah, I remember I was there and I was like, just did a couple dub misties off it, and I wanted to like prove to everybody that I was like, that I was able to keep up with you
I was there
guys.
for that one.
And I did like 2 dub misties, and I was like, yo, what if I try triple misty? And I like, And
I was up top. I didn't really talk to Bruce though. I was hyping him up 100%.
Rylan was hyping me up. He was telling me it was a good idea.
I don't remember that.
I have a video. I have a video of it on my Instagram.
I videoed it, so I have it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen for people who are watching on YouTube. But I did basically a double Misty and then just spun out like this, like fully sideways, and just landed clapped on my stomach. From like a whale club. I've never
about 40 feet. Like that thing was about 40 feet, eh?
Me and Pat.
I think it was higher than
it
the
was
top
pretty
tower
high.
at the diving station. So
I don't know. I used to just rip gainers. I did a dub Misty, a brandy back, and a dub backy, and that's about all I did.
Me and Pat were talking today about how sketchy it was when your skis clip off, but they're still connected to your boot and they're whipping around your head. You're mid-dub on the ramps.
I removed tethers. I didn't mind swimming at the bottom, so I was like, yo, I'll swim. I don't care.
Alright.
Yeah, no, leashes are terrifying. For sure.
Absolutely. Alright, so we were kind of talking about the Ontario team and stuff, but I have it written down, so I'll ask you anyways. What's your best memory from the Ontario team? Like, trip together, contest together, or like just overall, like, something we did. This doesn't have to be gnarly. There's the gnarliest things coming up next. You can pick the most fun and enjoyable thing, and then after that, you can pick the gnarliest shit that you saw or were a part of on the team if you want.
True.
We're not going to throw Eli under the bus here, but we'll keep some of the details excluded in case you listen to the podcast. But good times.
Dude, my favorite memory from the team, I think, was probably our trip to Mammoth. That was sick.
I don't think I was probably demoed at that point. I didn't last.
You were out for the count, but it was my first contest back from partially tearing my MCL in Calgary. So I was out for Aspen, which I was super bummed about.
Yeah.
And then, just ripped up to Cali for the first time. Like, Mammoth is one of those zones you always want to ski. Bruce, you forgot your boots like an idiot.
And your helmet and your goggles.
I still have those boots, and I used them. I was using them on my ramp today. I was using them this year, and they're so packed out, man. I take off to do a jump, and they flex like almost fully in half. But,
brutal.
Yeah, that was the year we went surfing after.
Yeah, we did 3 days surfing after, but like, dude, we skied every day, super nice. The course was very subpar, but
they had the shark fin, which was kind of cool, but really
shark fin. Well, yeah, but take it to like 1 foot too far, and you're landing like flat.
It wasn't the most well-designed course, but it was very fun.
But skiing Mammoth was sick. Being in Cali is always a good time. And then, surfing with the boys, crushing some course banquets every night. And,
Remember, Christian stole your leash for your surfboard, and you put oregano in his vape?
Yeah, dude. I contaminated that thing. It was brutal.
He was smoking oregano.
I wonder if that guy's still vaping. He left last year, 2 years ago, when we had our place in Barrie. He left to go back to Orangeville, and he left a note, please take this, I don't want this anymore. And he had his vape on a piece of paper, and he had outlined it in a marker. I don't know if he's still vaping.
No, he got that back somehow. I think
he probably came back next week and took it from you.
Jeez.
Actually, I haven't talked to Christian in a while.
Dude, last time I saw him, we were go-karting at Top Karting with J Mal.
Oh, that was in Ottawa. Yeah, that was wild.
That was when Avant Ski got cancelled due to rain. And we had to get together at my place. Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, I was really bummed I didn't get to go to Ottawa this year. I was like really planning on it, but it didn't happen.
It's funny how like the groups just jump from place to place to place, you know? Ottawa, Barrie, it doesn't really matter.
It's where the boys are.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Alright, well we covered that, so we might as well get on to Eli's favorite topic. What is the gnarliest or craziest thing you've seen or been a part of on the team when we were back competing? Don't have to say names, don't have to disclose too much details, but give them an idea.
It's a tough question.
You can take a second, or you can bring up multiple ones if you want. It doesn't have to be a definitive one.
Okay, well, the first thing that comes to mind, it had to do, we were on the chair at Keystone when Buddy fucking the electrical boxes.
Dude, I was with you, wasn't I?
I saw that too.
I think we were on the same
chair. It was
chair.
just me and you on the double at Area 51. Yeah, 100%. Dude, we were speechless for like 10 seconds.
Like, I was done skiing. I did not want to ski anymore. Like, that was the most terrifying thing I've seen on skis.
Dude, you could include this.
I
with
saw
the
that.
YouTube
I
views,
have
like-
for the people watching the video. I'll put the video on the screen.
Honestly, it's worth it. That thing's
Skier Dance
brutal.
episode 6, the first one.
Was it Skier Dan episode
Dude, that
6?
guy, I don't know if you remember earlier in the day, the dude's on
He was drinking.
I saw him. Yeah, I
He's
saw
drinking.
him.
Yeah, he was drinking.
He's on rental skis. He's like, yo, how do I hit these features?
He
He's
asked
got
me, bro.
headphones over the top. The jacket like cuts. There's like a foot to the pants. Like we were just talking and we were just watching and we both happened to be watching. And it's one of those things, you watch people get demoed on YouTube and you're like, oh, that sucks. But in person, the sound, like he hit the ground so hard. Like, I don't...
Dude, he lost both skis. I think did a flip and a quarter and landed on pure ice.
He was going in with enough speed to hit a 50-foot step over and hit both his feet, like his boots, off the front of a metal... It was supposed to be an electrical transformer. And just ejected.
Yeah, a 0% chance whether he hit the box or not that he was surviving that.
That's why we were sitting there like, yo, this guy's going fast, man. And then the worst case scenario, he just clips the front.
Yeah, I think we took like the next bus home, man. No one wanted to ski after watching that.
Didn't he get airlifted?
Dude, it took like... He hit the ground and it was like this clap of all of his internal organs just rupturing is what it sounded like. And then nobody did anything for like 20 seconds. Everybody was like, yo, hang on, what just happened? And they were like trying to figure it out. And then like when we got off the lift, we didn't say anything for a couple seconds. We were talking about it. Then we got off the lift and go down just a circle around him. I don't know what ended up happening to the guy. Hopefully he's okay still. But man, that was gnarly.
He's definitely not walking for a while. I remember that one.
Yeah. I remember too, I think watching Mark Draper trying to do a hand drag 5 over the wreck rainbow and just
sideways
broke
some
himself.
ribs, I think. Or bruised some ribs. One of the
bruised his ribs, had to pull out of Aspen. Like, yeah,
that was a bad one.
Bad.
Yeah,
that was scary, especially because it's like one of the guys. So it's like, oh,
yeah.
Wow,
when it's the people you know, it's different. I remember Rylan was trying to do switch one at Momentum and broke his wrist.
Saxon! Dude, I remember.
And then I was down, and he comes whipping by me on the back of the snowmobile, and he was shouting something at me. I thought it was hilarious.
I was at the top of the medium line, and I could hear him scream. I was like, oh, dude, that wasn't good.
Worst thing I ever saw was Ethan Harrison trying to do a selfie backflip on the big jump at Momentum. And I was standing at the top. I remember Josh Christensen was there. And he was like, yo, that was gnarly. He basically tried to video himself doing a backflip, got focused on the video, and then did 1.5 to his face on the knuckle. And he was like, it was so scary because he's like completely unconscious and just ragdolled like out, sliding face first down the knuckle. And it just scared the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I think I saw the video.
Dude, the video, it does... I watched it from the top, and it was terrifying. And I've never seen Saxon run so fast in my life. He had his touring ski boots on, his full sprint from the bag area up to the landing to get to Ethan. It was like, dude was going at turbo, like, as fast as he could go.
Well, that's his athlete, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. You gotta get there.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. Yeah, there's definitely some pretty gnarly crashes on the team. Pat, obviously, going to the tranny with Christian and Rylan. And, that was not a good one.
I remember getting wheeled around by Rachel Anderson when we played frisbee golf. That was great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, definitely some good times, man.
You're coaching now, though, too, right? So you've got to be like, yo, what happens when your athlete sends it off of a cliff and dies?
Yeah. Well, it's a bit scarier in that case, for sure.
You're liking it, though? Coaching and everything? Changing it up?
It's mad fun.
It's cool,
because it's the program I did, so...
Yeah, you're just doing the one at Camp Fortune, eh?
Yeah.
Like after school and stuff. Are you done school now?
No, man, I got one more year.
One more year? Fuck yeah, dude.
One more year with Redbull, too, eh? Redbull student experiences.
We'll see, man. If campus don't open, then I don't have a job.
Actually?
Really, eh?
Oh, that sucks. Tell us about that.
I got the shrine right here, all the limited cans.
Oh yeah,
nice.
There you go.
How's that experience been, man?
Working for Red Bull's wild.
Yeah. So how'd you like slide that?
Well, I think like being super interested in the action sports world helped a lot, and being exposed to like all the events. Like anytime something would come to Ottawa, like I would most likely be there.
Yeah.
Like whether it was like Flood Tag or like a Rail Jam sponsored by Red Bull, like, you know, the kid was there. So.
Yeah, the kid was out there.
And I also knew the 2 students that, like, did it before me. And, like, one of them just happens to be, like, one of my good friends, like, Taylor Suderman. Like, her family owns Camp Fortune, so... So they could put a good word in for me, and then I killed the interviews, and here I am.
That's awesome.
What has it been, a year now, at least?
Yeah. Yep, a year.
That's so sick, dude. Hell yeah. What are you going to school for again?
I'm in marketing.
Marketing? Okay, yeah. So that works well with that. And plus all your action sports experience to begin with.
Yeah, man. No, it goes hand in hand,
Yeah.
so I'm really stoked. And then I get to, like, promote events that, like, I genuinely care about, so that's pretty cool, too.
So you do promotion for some of the events, eh?
Yep. Well, if, like, Red Bull's involved in an event, there's, like, a 95% chance I'm involved in that event, too, because I'll help, like, set up or tear down or promote or, like, I'm going to be there.
In some stage of it, you're gonna have a
exactly.
foot in the door.
So you got your foot in the door for everything in Ottawa, which is super sick.
Yeah.
And outside of this.
Oh, there's a lot going on in Ottawa, but
Ask Pat about his experience in Ottawa this year. He did not like it.
I'm not a city guy, so I didn't like living downtown. But hey, whatever.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, but
No.
hey.
I
At least now you know.
had some guy. I lived with Nick Huter, and I had enough people around, so it was good. It was a good
Yeah.
time.
You guys would have fun.
Yeah.
How much did you get out of skiing this year? Like, minus coaching, like, just Camp Fortune, really? Or do you go on any trips at all, or no?
He did a double at Louis. I heard this firsthand.
You did a double at Louis?
I did with Luke Lambert. Yeah.
What? Where was I? Was that the one weekend I wasn't there? God damn it.
It was, it must have been provincials.
No.
I guess.
Damn.
I don't remember why else we would be there. Maybe it was a timber tour or something. I don't remember
Okay, they had the
which
timber tour the one weekend. Cause I was
FSO
away.
event.
Yeah, I was away the one weekend there was a timber tour. Because I was like, I literally
one. I caught
lived
you
there
on
this year.
one day. We did like
Yeah.
5 laps together.
Yeah, I remember that. That was good. What double?
Dub 10.
Nice.
Yeah, I came around like butter.
That's all you
They're
need to
not.
know.
We've done so many ramps.
Yeah,
They're not
just
really
pure
scary.
muscle memory, man.
Oh yeah. Close your eyes and it'll go just fine.
So wait, you coached the kids you brought to the timber tours and stuff?
Yeah.
So you're basically becoming Patrick Walsh.
Essentially, yes.
Nice.
You
How's
just
it
gotta
feel?
get dressed in an all black and start drooling, and you're
No,
there.
I still got camo going, best believe.
You got it. Yeah. There we go.
Nice. I saw you were skating a bit recently too. I saw a sick board slide down the road, which is sick. I've been trying to get into it. That shit's hard, man. Hell yeah.
We have a cottage up in Tremblant, so they
Yeah.
just built a super sick plaza. So
Did they?
I'm fired up about that.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude. Well, it's getting pretty late, so we'll wrap this podcast up. But last question I got for you, big guy, is what's the plan going forward, man? You got one more year of school, obviously. You ideally you want to do the Red Bull stuff, but what do you think you want to do, man? What's
I definitely want to keep coaching. Like, I'm trying to work towards getting like my comp dev, so I can be like a high performance coach, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like our program wants to create like
Compete to compete. Train to compete.
agenda of Camp Fortune. So
yeah,
that
of that area.
become like a high performance team, and we have like a handful of kids that I believe can get there. Like an 11-year-olds doing back 3 swap back 2.
Oh my
That's
god.
pretty impressive. So,
Yeah, that's quite impressive. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna stick to coaching. But as far as like Red Bull, if we get to work for them this year, then I would definitely try to get one of the internships and spend next summer in Toronto, working out of headquarters. So that'd be pretty cool.
Is that ever a job you could see yourself doing, like being like a team manager or something like that? Is that like, would that be ideally down the
That would
road?
be sick.
Yeah?
I actually I met the guy that's in charge of, or that was in charge of the athlete marketing. So he was working with like Mark McMorris, Seb Toots, like Drew Bizance, and all these like crazy athletes that you see the videos of.
Yeah.
Wow, like, this guy knows them like on a personal basis. So like that would be really cool. I'd get to like do stuff I love. You get to travel to like X Games and like all the big contests.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
For sure.
And then like
You get multiple
get
sports
with
too,
them.
I'm sure, right?
What's that, sorry?
You'd be in different like sports. You'd be going from like skateboarding or BMX to snow sports to
he manages
motorsports.
all the like top tier Red Bull athletes in Canada. So like mountain biking, you know, like Brandon Semenuk, TJ Rogers and skateboarding, like all those crazy guys.
No, it's absolutely stacked. And it's quite hard to get on Red Bull, like, as an athlete. It's, like, near impossible.
Yeah.
They've
really fail on Red Bull. That's becoming a challenge, but I'm sure he'll get there.
He'll get there one day. The kid's good enough.
It's got such a reputation, like, I mean, I don't know what it is, but for me, like, if you're watching a sport, like, the Red Bull, I don't know if it's just, like, like what it is, but if you're sponsored by Red Bull, it just trumps Rockstar and Monster. Like, it's hands down. They've developed it right. Like,
premium.
Oh, yeah.
It's Pornhub Premium of the internet.
You gotta dial, is what you do.
Yeah, it's, but yeah, no, I definitely coaching and, definitely gonna try and stick with Red Bull because it's a cool company to work for, and I genuinely enjoy what they do. They support really cool stuff. So
yeah, for sure, man. It would be a perfect match for your lifestyle and the shit you're into. And becoming a coach definitely has its perks too. You get to travel around, you get to hang out with little shredders, you still get to do the stuff you love. Yeah, it's sick. That's badass, man. I haven't caught up to you all year, so this is nice.
Yeah, man, definitely gonna try and head up to Barrie at some point. I haven't seen Luke in a while. I haven't seen any of you guys, so
let us know. You come up to Perry Sound. We'll get it on the bay. We should recruit everybody. It's too we don't have your cottage anymore.
Yeah, we should do a bay.
A bay day is wicked for sure.
Is that where those cliff jumping places are?
Yeah, we got cliff jumps. You got rope swings. You get out on the water.
I fuck with rope swings.
Go rope.
It'd be a good time.
We need to build a bigger rope swing because Pat wants to do a triple.
But I know I'd just clap my face. Like I wouldn't get it to feet. No way. Like I could set as hard as I could and it wouldn't come.
You need a rope swing like the one at Loggers.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. I can.
But without the tree.
Well, ours has a tree.
Ours, you have to take a big C swing into it, and it's quite terrifying. Yeah,
that is scary.
Dude, I remember I almost hit the tree at Loggers. I've hit the tree at this one. It wasn't great.
Pat's touched the tree at this one.
I hit two trees. I managed to like get close enough to hit both of them, but not really hit them. Just like scrape an arm and spin off. It wasn't good, but it was scary.
Honestly, that's impressive, dude.
It's not that good.
The rope was like caught on a branch, so when I jumped, it dropped, and I didn't make it all the way out, and then I like hit one tree, and then I hit another tree. I was trying to do like, yeah, I did. I was trying to do like a 360 on the like swing into like a dub under flip 9. I ended up doing like a spin into like a cork 5. It was whack. I did it next run though, so it was good.
Yeah, but you did a double jib. So
I did 2 jibs. Yeah, it was great.
Technically, you're winning. Yeah, dude, I think I'm actually coming up to maximize in, I think, the 2nd and the 5th. So I'll let you know, and we'll have to hang out or something if you're in the area.
Of July?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, dude, if you need a place to stay, my cottage is like half an hour away. So.
Oh, that'd be super sick. Yeah, I don't know where I'm staying. I'm gonna try to go with Megan just so I can cut down costs and stuff.
That team funding.
That not team funding.
Hey.
That free transportation there and back. So, I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah, well, dude, shoot me some details and we can definitely try.
Well, for sure, dude. Either we can go. I guess you're in Ottawa, eh?
Yeah.
Are you still living in your student house, or you're? No, you said you're at your parents. Yeah.
No, I'm at home. But yeah, I'll be if you go to Maximize, I'll come spectate. I'll come coach.
I need it.
I've been coaching this guy. We've got his dub 14s figured out. He's got triples. You just got to get him on the switch dub 16s, and I think we got everything we need.
I got everything but the switch dub 16s now.
Well, the great thing about switch dub 16 is if you can do a 16, you can do an 18.
There you go. Bang, bang, boom. Dick titties, you're on track.
I need to hire this guy as my coach.
I'll get your 16s ready. Lolo will finish it on bag. We'll be good to go. We'll tag team it. We'll tag team it.
Yeah, because...
Okay, let's not use that term, but I understand what you're saying.
Close enough. You get the point. All right, Lolo. It was awesome having you on, man. I'm just going to have the podcast here. All right, so that was this week's podcast. Like I said, first 3-way on the podcast. So let me know what you guys think, because Patty's around, and I'd love to actually bring on, like, 2 to 3 people, like, for group kind of podcasts every once in a while. Obviously not every time thing, but if you guys like it, I enjoyed it. It takes a little less stress off me. It's not as awkward just talking face to face with somebody on a camera and FaceTime and then recording it all, especially when you have a good friend in the room who's also able to add on to the conversation and everything. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought and if it's something you think would be interesting going forward. Right before you guys leave the podcast, I just want to say thank you for listening. And if you want to do me a huge favor, you can give this podcast 5 stars and whatever you're listening to it on. On iTunes, it's super easy. You just scroll down and then swing that 5 stars all the way. That'd be very much appreciated. And we'll see you on the next episode.